line by the Malawian High Commissioner to South Africa, Ambassador Stella Ndau. Good evening, Ambassador Ndau.
Good evening, Tabiso.
Ambassador,
thank you very much for having me.
The pleasure is all ours, Ambassador. Could you start by telling us how the identification process went at the hospital and how the families responded to the arrangements made by the authorities?
Well, the process of identification went on very well. It started with the Honorable Premier of Limpopo meeting the families, and she met us from the diplomatic and consular staff from both Malawi High Commission and also Zimbabwe Embassy. She was accompanied by embassies from the province, embassies of health, embassies of transport, and others. And also there were mayors from nearby municipalities. There was also leadership from the Department of Health in the province. We also had hospital management from the hospitals where some of the victims are being treated. And inclusive, again, were pathologists. The police was there. We also had religious groups. Of course, the media was also there. So almost everyone was there. It was a cordial and very good meeting. Of course, sad and somber, as you can imagine. But the manner in which all this was organized, really helped the bereaved families from both our two countries. And they felt there's so much needed warmth, love, and support at this difficult time. So really, I must commend and appreciate the immense assistance that we are receiving from the government of the Republic of South Africa and through the Limpopo Provincial Government. Every process on the ground, actually, I can say is that is well coordinated since the accident happened on 12th October. So we are comforted by the organization, how it happened, and how the families were being taken care of. That's what I can say for now. Thank you.
With what you have said, have you gone on to perhaps see the kind of psychological or counseling support that is being provided to help them through this process?
Yes, we've been on the ground. Actually, since the day the accident happened, we've deployed teams from the consulate and from the High Commission. We've been working hand in hand with sorry.
Yes, Ambassador.
We've been working hand in hand with the psychologists, with pastors that are on the ground. They have been having one-on-one sessions with the victims, especially the survivors. Remember, there are some survivors that have lost their beloved ones on the accident, and those are receiving special care. And even the members of the bereaved families some have come all the way from Eastern Cape. They've also been receiving the psychosocial support.
Do we have a confirmation at this stage of how many of those victims are Malawian citizens? Of the 43, yes, we know that it's both Malawian nationals as well as Zimbabwean nationals. How many are those of Malawian citizenship?
The number now, for Malawians, we've lost 8. And we lost 1 woman, 6 men, and sadly, there was a child. And also, you were talking of 43. Now the number is actually 44, with 1 succumbing to their injuries at the hospital on Sunday.
How long is the process of identification and repatriation of the Malawian victims expected to take? And what would be the key steps being coordinated between the two governments? Would it be something that could be very long to conduct, or it could be something that could take after identification?
There's no definite time at the moment. Suffice to say that it is a meticulous process. There are no shortcuts that are being taken on this process. So we have to follow the law, and we also have to follow laid down procedures for these processes. So firstly, there's the physical body identification that has happened. And also we've had fingerprints that have been taken so that they can be matched through the processes that involve the police back home in Malawi, and also that involve our National Registration Bureau. And in some circumstances, there might be need for DNA tests. So it's not something that can take, we can say that this is going to end today. But so far, we can say that there's much progress that has taken place. And we are hopeful that maybe, probably by the end of the week, maybe the processes should have been completed.
What has been your
the physical identification happened on Monday. Yeah.
What has been your main concern, given since the accident took place? What has been going through your thoughts, given the facts, how the accident occurred, the passengers that were in the bus, the number of passengers in particular, and that has been a major concern. What do you think? What's going on? What's going through your mind insofar as the nature of this accident, and what could you say in terms of the future, not necessarily mitigation, because we don't know what people are thinking and what action could be taken, but what's your main concern here?
My concern really, I think, is about the safety of our buses and how the conduct. I can say that the whole process of getting passengers from different places, taking them from one place to another, the overloading that we've heard, as you've heard, that it was a 60 capacity bus, but the numbers were above 90. So you can see that I think the bus was overloaded. So I think there is need to do more in terms of maybe checking the safety, and also the buses themselves. We cannot rule out what was happening with the type of the bus, whether it was in good shape, but probably maybe it was in good shape because it started all the way from Eastern Cape coming all the way to Zimbabwe. We can also not rule out the issue of maybe human errors. You never know, because Eastern Cape is far. Maybe fatigue, maybe overspeeding. I mean, there are all these speculations. But I think maybe after everything has been, postmortems have been done, maybe we can come to the gist of it. But the concern really has been the issue of how the passengers are recruited, and also how they were powered in the buses. I think it's something that authorities need to look into to avoid such accidents.
Ambassador Ndau, thanks for your time this evening.